Headache 2. Anticipating capacity issues. Your SharePoint environment constantly evolves as users upload documents, create sites, and update files. Storage and site administration becomes a nightmare when administrators do not have a real-time view of their SharePoint environment and their SQL backend, specifically the ability to track trends and forecast the future. In most companies, the SQL team is often separate from the SharePoint team. This division can really become a problem as SharePoint administrators desperately need to know what is going on database-wise to anticipate capacity issues or performance problems on critical site collections. SharePoint administrators need to have a real-time view and access to trending statistics in order to predict the evolution of the SQL environment, which can affect the performance of the indexer, crawl, and SharePoint front-end servers. How can GSX Solutions cure this headache for you? GSX not only performs user scenarios and simulations to monitor your SharePoint environment. GSX connects to your SQL server, testing its availability, giving you real-time insight into the size of your environment. Let's take a look at the demo and see how it works. Alright, to configure that in GSX Monitor, it's quite easy. Let's go to the Server Setting tab. We can select our server, go to our SQL settings, and it's here that you can set up the information for your SQL server, and if there's any SQL mirror, you would put that information in here as well. We can then test the connection, and you can see that the connection there is successful. So basically, instantly, GSX will test the availability of the connection to your SQL server. You'll be alerted if an issue arises, taking advantage of the many ways GSX can alert, whether you choose email, pop-ups, sound, SNMT traps, etc. And of course, on the main page, the LED will turn color, usually red if there's an issue, green, but of course that's completely customizable. Alright, so to verify the connection is the first step. What you really need is data, figures that describe the size of your environment. Let's take a look at the SharePoint statistics view. Click on SharePoint statistics here. You notice we have our servers listed on the left-hand side. If we select a server, we can find all the information we need to manage the size and evolution of our environment. The number of site collections, the total size of it, the number of documents, and the total size of documents in the environment. The size of the site collections is generally larger than the total size of all documents. They also contain the web parts, workflow configuration files, etc. Knowing what the difference is can be valuable information. Just below this, you'll see content database information with the database name, number of site collections per database, the sizes of sites, and the number of documents and their size. Hence, database per database, you will have the ability to easily check for inappropriately sized sites and understand site by site and database per database the needs in terms of storage for your SharePoint infrastructure. Of course, you can export all of these statistics to Excel if you want, but you can also view most of them in our reporting tool, GSX Analyzer. This tool will consolidate all of the data in order to give you the ability to create reports for trend-specific periods. Let's take a quick look at Analyzer for that. Reporting is entirely customizable for access and content. In GSX Analyzer, you have the ability to see an overview, which we have here, any alerts that might have come in on that particular servers of yours. We have the Statistics tab here, which is a collection of all the statistics for an individual server. Our Reports tab is where we can take a look at log reports if we're searching the log on a SharePoint server for perhaps error or any type of text string. That information will be available here. We have Trend Reports, which we'll get into in a second, and of course Environmental Health Reports, which is where we can look at SLA management. Alright, let's take a look at this now from a SharePoint administrator's perspective. To manage your environment and see the evolution of its size with the ability to forecast, you can go into this trend view. Click on a new trend and we'll begin to configure a new report. Let's use a template. Click on OK, and let's find something for SharePoint here. How about SharePoint site data? Click OK. Wait for the statistics to come up, and then we'll just select our SharePoint servers. Here we go. Alright, so we have all of the different statistics we can take a look at for our SharePoint environment here, and then the servers that you would want to run those statistics on. So select whatever you'd like to take a look at, server outages. In this case, there's things that are pre-selected for that template we chose, and then you'll select the servers you want to run it against. We then would set our scheduled settings. Alright, so our frequency here, and the distribution options. So if we're going to send this as a report, put the distribution list, the individuals in here that we want to send to, and then of course if you attach a PDF, we can customize that as well. So customize it, perhaps we can add your logo, things like that. Once that's set, GSX will automatically send your trend at a defined date and time in PDF or CSV with the graphs you select. With this, you can forecast well, helping to monitor your existing environment and prevent capacity issues in the coming months. GSX Monitor offers you a large range of possibility to manage and alert in case of any problem while allowing you to report on your environment's evolution, forecasting your needs. To sum up briefly what we just viewed, GSX, which is agentless and acting as a user, will allow you to automatically check the availability and size of your SQL environment connected to SharePoint, create automatic reports and forecast your environment's growth, and track system and user performance, forecasting them to anticipate any capacity issues. Thank you for your time. The next heading we will review will be providing trusted data around the world. You can now download the SharePoint Headache ebook with the link below, and download the free trial of GSX Monitor. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. You can reach us at sales@gsx.com. Thank you again, and see you next time.